Welcome back. We are here with I keep saying 13 at the start of every single video. 1436. 1436. In the last part, Emil went to war, so we took in his kids. And also, Celestina came over to help us with said children on her way to the church. So that is what happened. Also, Sabina died in childbirth, so that's unfortunate. Where is she? Sabina. She was married to Cassian, and yeah. They do have 2 children, so who knows, but he'll probably be looking to get remarried. So I am going to remarry him to Nancy, what formerly Landgrab, now Payne, whose husband died. And yeah, so I'm scared. We have Genevieve and Adelaide's birthday this year. I am terrified that something's going to happen. Okay, let's just go for it. So Cassian Heathcliff can't get an 18 or a 20. He survived. That's Cassian the second. And then Feliz and Florian can't get a 4-8 or a 12. They both survive. Okay, Drustin and Genevieve can't get a 7. So Drustin first. Genevieve. Whew. Okay, and then will either of them be getting married? Drustin? No. Yes, with 5 kids. Yay, Genevieve. 5 kids. Genevieve Larkin will be getting married with 5 children. Very exciting. Sorry, Drustin. We couldn't marry you anyway, so whatever. Although you could have married Frida, which is unfortunate. But anyway, okay, Adelaide. She has to get a 9 or higher, which is really scary. I'm nervous. Oh my gosh, I can't even look. Oh, okay. She survived. I was so scared. You have no idea. Without Adelaide, how are we going to make any money? Okay, and then we have our vampire roll. Unfortunately, we lost our vampire baby in the last one, but she survives, and her husband, gets accused. He can't get a 3. Okay, he survives too. That was a close one for him. It actually probably would have been better if he died so that we could remarry her so she could have more babies. Anyway, I know that I said that I was going to stop the vampire rolls if we come down to a low number of vampires, but I think I'll keep rolling. Honestly, if we do run out of vampires, we can always have Vlad come back and make some new vampires. I was thinking that because if I want to play the next vampire aspiration, which is the vampire family aspiration, I want to play it we have no reason to have Salvia in our household. So we'll see. But anyway, that's it. I don't think anyone is pregnant because everyone died or finished their baby rolls. So yeah, we'll have Cassian and Nancy get married at the end of this part so that we can get another baby going for Cassian. It's only one baby, but there's no one else for him to marry unless he wanted to marry Frida. But that's not really, she's poor. Anyway, let's hop into the game. Okay, so here we are. And Thomas has just gotten struck by lightning. So I brought everyone inside because of the storm. It's really kind of annoying season sometimes, but that is the realistic part of it. So we have the kids just hanging out with each other. They're going to become partners in crime. It's going to be all fun. They're close, just like I wanted them to be. Of course, all the bushes I placed are clipping through the walls, but I don't know why all of a sudden it's difficult. Your friendship is all the way up. What do you mean you have a difficult relationship? I don't know what that's about. But anyway, we are going to keep doing the nectar making for Adelaide and then keep having Thomas manage the estates and not get struck by lightning, but also still continue to train the horse. It's actually going really well with Biscuit. I think she has 2 different skills already up to level 10, so then she just needs 2 more. Of course, one of them is temperament, which is kind of an annoying one to deal with because you can't just queue it up and leave, but that's okay. So they're all very sad. I forget who died most recently, but obviously someone that they cared about. So there's that. And then we are going to just continue here. For some reason, I got a notification that Thomasina was aging up soon. I don't know. I don't think I put her into the spreadsheet wrong, but I'm just going to change her age a little bit so that she doesn't age up on her own. Well, we're here. We are going to have a birthday party for her next year if she survives. So anyway, we are going to continue to have Celestina take care of the small children, and they are kind of honestly living pretty separate from us. I know that that's not really super how it should go, but anyway, the parents barely take care of their own kids, or are they going to take care of someone else's? So we do have Thomas winning another championship, and then it's also night on the town, so I was like, you know what? Their romance took a little hit in the last part, just for no reason. No, because Adelaide is feeling insecure, which is totally valid, but we need to handle it in a good way. So they're going to go out on a date for night on the town so that they can go out and have some food together and all of that stuff. So that'll be good. And we're going to bring them here. They're going to have some drinks. Oh, look, there's Gilbert again. So he's going to be talking to Gilbert and just talking to Gilbert a little bit too. Like, I know he's out with Adelaide right now, but Gilbert is getting towards the end of his life, so it's kind of nice that him and Thomas have kind of fixed their relationship a bit so that, especially with Selena gone now, which I'm still devastated about, but especially with Selena gone, that Thomas is one of 2 living children that Gilbert has, so it's tough. It's tough for him, and he really wants to, reconnect with his kids before he dies and all that stuff. So anyway, we are trying to get their romance up. Gilbert is then also calling. Why are you also calling us? So anyway, they're just getting with each other, and actually, so we are going to let them woohoo, but I want you to know that there's no chance of them getting pregnant right now. I set their settings so that they wouldn't. I think that they're done. I'm done with them having kids as well. So, you know what? If we have to move on, then it would be either Johnny or Emil the second that would be our heir if we lost both of our kids. But I think we're in okay shape right now. So, I don't want to jinx it, but I think we're doing okay. So let's all head home, and I don't know why it always does this. Like, everybody heads home, and then the loading screen doesn't come on. Like, hello, I want to go home too. Not just them, me too. So we're all going home, and we are going to continue on with all of that stuff. So we're home now, and we're going to just go back to doing what we always do, so that is good. And I think that their relationship did improve a bit there, so that's excellent. I'm really happy about that. And we are going to have him work with the horse. It's only cloudy now. It's not a storm anymore, so that's good. And they have succeeded at night on the town. The kids don't need to do that. I mean, Celestina does, but we're not really playing with her per se. So anyway, so we are going to keep doing this. I really would like to fill up the entire basement with nectar before Adelaide dies, but we'll see. And also, right now, we're only using money that we got from the estates to improve the estates. So that is what we're doing. I mean, we might decide to sell some nectar later, but I think we're okay for right now. It's not like we need to go over the top here. But we kind of, I always want to. But anyway, so right now we're not going to do that. We're not going to sell anything else in order to improve the estates. You would need a million simoleons to do all, like more than a million, but like a million just to get the land that I want. So we've already spent 600,000. I think we can take a little break on that and let the estates kind of start generating money for us. And then we are going to bake a cake because little Genevieve's birthday is today. So super exciting. I don't know why. I've never seen this before, even though I've been playing with estates for a long time. So I don't know what's up with that. But apparently you can wager your estate. And I'm like, no. Maybe somebody else would do that, but Thomas wouldn't. No, Thomas would not gamble on his children's futures like that, especially considering everything that he's gone through everything that he's gone through in order to have the responsibility of managing the estate, of proving to himself that he can take care of his family and all of that stuff. So he would never jeopardize that and have to come back to Adelaide and be like, I ruined everything, because he already has like an insecurity about not being able to provide for the family. So he would never do that. But who knows? Maybe his son would. Who knows? Maybe later. So anyway, we are here and we are just having a birthday party, and we're actually going to invite Gilbert over to see his granddaughter age up as well. That's really sweet. He has had some really bad luck in marriage and children and everything, relationships, and so he is, I think as his life winds down, he is very much like trying to be how he should have been in the first place. I mean, of course, we also have to keep in mind that there was that whole thing with Gilbert and Emelina having a falling out, and then, Emmeline having a falling out, and then also the whole thing with Cecilia, and it's just, we're not going to worry about that. So, anyway, we are aging up Genevieve, and can you believe she rolled the snob trait? I think that is so funny, and I think that that really fits because as a child, she has been really spoiled so far. She has been, really had the finer things in life. She can do whatever she wants. She's had nannies, she's had this, she's had that, and it's totally reasonable that she would become kind of snobby from all of that, especially since her parents haven't really been instilling any, good virtues of humbleness into the kids. They haven't really been doing any of that stuff. So even though they know what it's like, the kids don't. So there's that. I think that that's really funny that she rolled to be a snob, and I think that it's actually really fitting. So we are going to just finish up the birthday party, and then we'll head into Create a Sim so that we can get her all dressed up. And I figure Adelaide has nice dresses, but I figure that maybe twofold. Now that we have a good amount of money, we can afford maybe even nicer clothes for the kids, but then also that she's a snob, so she would want to dress nicer too. So I'm going to pick a nicer dress for her. I was kind of going through all the hairstyles, and I was like, this seems like a lot, the first one I picked. But then I was like, but also she's a snob. Like, maybe that would be really fitting. So I do end up going with that first one with like the big buns on the side of her head, and like she is just, she's snobby. She's gonna want to be treated like a princess. So maybe we'll have to find some rich, handsome lord for her to marry or something like that. I know that technically they're wealthy, so it would have to be someone who either needed the money or something like that. But you know, we'll see. So I don't think that she would be able to jump right into like nobility or anything. Probably just like some rich guy. But anyway, so this is the dress that I picked out for her, and just in a slightly different color. There we go. Because I think it's a little nicer than some of the stuff we've been putting her in, but it's not our nicest clothes that we have, which is the good part, because I don't want her to obviously be dressed like a queen when she's not. So there we go. And I'm just going to put this outfit on her and all of her outfits. Here we go. And she is great, and she is beautiful. I mean, look at her. She looks great, doesn't she? Like, I think that she is so pretty. Of course, I think all of my Sims are really great looking, so I probably couldn't, I'm biased, but I think she looks great. So she's a snob, and we're going to have her do the painter extraordinaire aspiration. We haven't done that one yet, actually, and since she was so creative as a child, I think that that would be a good one to do. Also, maybe she is like into painting and all of that stuff, and she wants to become recognized for her work. Not because she wants to like work hard as a painter, but because she likes the notoriety that it brings her. So she is really excited about that, and she wants to, she wants to be able to get attention and get the attention of course, eligible rich bachelors. So she likes that too, even though she is creative and creatively inclined, and she likes that. But she also has ulterior motives for wanting to become a famous painter. So here she is, and we are going to have her and her dad just chat a little bit. They're going to just, spend some quality time together. He is then going to come over to the horse and going to work on the temperament a little bit before getting on the horse and doing some of that other stuff. And we're also going to keep doing competitions. Honora also came to the birthday party, which was really nice. I like that we're still spending some time with her. So that's really great. And then we are going to have the kids once again chat with each other. I am going to have them look at the clouds together because she needs to get inspired for her aspiration. She needs to start 3 paintings while inspired and paint for 5 hours. So that is what we're working on right now. I'm just trying to get her inspired so that we can head out here, and then we can have her do all of this. So she's going to get started on that. Adelaide is going to do this. Everyone is just got their own thing that they're working on, that they're going with, and everything is running pretty smoothly, I feel like. So there is that. I hope that Emil is able to come back alive from the war so he can take his kids away. But anyway, so yeah, somehow we ended up with a full house, even though that was not what I was trying to do, but that's what ended up happening. So, we'll see how it goes. I think, yeah, Thomasina has a birthday next year, and then when does little Emil have a birthday? I have to check that out. Let me go over to the thing, the spreadsheet. Okay, let's see. Next year we have Mirabelle, Benedict Landgrab, Thomasina Smith. Emil's birthday isn't until 1439. So they will both be children by the time that their father comes back from war, if he comes back from war. Anyway, so we're also doing the slumber party aspiration with little Thomas, and he, I have no idea. I haven't played with slumber parties yet, and honestly, let's be realistic. There's no way that this would be happening in real life in history, but I wanted to try it, so we are going to just pick like a sleeping bag that looks just like a regular blanket on the floor, and we are going to have him do some of his new aspiration that he's working on. So he needs to have a slumber party, and he wants to tell 3 stories from his sleeping bag, and there's one other thing I can't remember off the top of my head. What is it? Okay, go to sleep for the night. So they have to do that, and I'm just having him invite over all of the children that are available currently, which actually happens to be all girls. So maybe we could look at some of these ladies and see who might be a good option for a future wife for him. So we have, obviously, Philomena is out of the running because she's his cousin. And honestly, the Bennett girl is maybe a little poor for us, but there is El Rosaria Payne over there, and I feel like she might be a good option for a future wife because she is rich but not noble, and also we're not related. So I think that she might be a good future option. We might have to get a little closer to her and see how it goes, see how they get along and all of that. I think that might be nice. So I'm trying to have them increase in social status little by little. I know we made a lot of money in this part, and, part of that was due to probably Gilbert's help a little bit. Let's be realistic here. Adelaide wouldn't have been able to build so much up if Gilbert was probably not, saying around town about how great she is. Even though she didn't want his help, he probably did try to help a little bit on the sly. But anyway, so we ended up being really successful because we're the affair children of of the Lord. So there is that, but I didn't want to just jump right into like, oh, we're nobles now. No, we're not going to do that because we won't be we won't be nobles now. We are actually still just rich people. I know that there is a little bit of noble blood in us, but isn't there a little bit of noble blood in literally everyone in this save? So yeah, basically that's the thing, is that they are, they're just coming up a little by little. So I think the Payne family, or what other nice families are there? I don't even know. What other rich families that are not nobles? Because the Devereaux have died out. The Trimbolis have died out. I think it's Yeah, the only two other rich families we have are the Landgrabs, who are noble now, and then also the Armstrongs, who are noble and also related to us. So that's a no. But anyway, so next, little Thomas needs to exchange friendship bracelets. So he's going to do that with his sister, and then he needs to have a gold slumber party event, and then also achieve level 5 creativity. So he's going to go draw some pictures on the craft table. Meanwhile, his older sister maybe gives him some tips on creativity and stuff. Also, my game never knows what time it is. Like, it's like, oh, we can't do that until 7 a.m. Well, the clock says 9:30, so I don't know why you don't know what time it is. Anyway. So we are going to just continue to do this. Tomorrow is also Christmas, so that'll be exciting. We'll have to do a couple things for Christmas. So she is going to just keep doing her chores. Everyone's just going to keep going about their business and doing their stuff, and everything's going pretty well. So I think everybody is being really successful. I think we have upgraded the estates as much as we can. I mean, you can continue to improve your manor and your gardens, I believe, like infinitely, but I think we've gotten all of the structures built in our estates, so that's good. Anyway, so she's painting and she's nectar making, and yeah, my game does not know what time it is. So I'm just going to save, see if the clock catches up with itself. That would be nice. I really don't know how else to fix that, besides maybe getting out like to the main menu or like the map and then getting back in, like not the map, manage worlds. Yeah, not just the map. So yeah, so if we save, we can get that going. We're going to start a new section in here. She's just taking a bath. She is feeling very fancy. I think that I've noticed with the Regency Romance mod that once we entered, like, I don't know if it was the Gentry class or like that we're labeled as rich, that they've definitely started using like the fans and the handkerchiefs and stuff more often. So I think that that's really an interesting thing and a good thing, like that the developer of the mod did, because it really feels realistic that people with higher class would be using those things and the people with the lower class never really used them. So that's really really cool to me. So anyway, I'm trying to get Genevieve into different mental states so that she can craft emotional paintings, but it's kind of annoying because she actually, like, even though the moodlets say that they have 0 minutes left and they're supposed to go away, they don't go away. I think that that's probably related to my game not knowing what time it is, but that's just kind of frustrating that that was happening. So I just cheated away her moodlets and had her work for a new one. So anyway, we're going to start another slumber party. We kind of have Celestina facilitating the children's events and playdates and stuff, so that's good. And we are going to have them. It looks like she never left. Also, what is all this stuff on the floor? Like, what is that? I hover over it and I don't know what it is. Like, it looks weird. Is that like from the slumber party? I don't know. Also, I think we're going to hire a maid because we can afford it, and also because like Celestina is just here to take care of the kids. She's not here to be our maid, so she doesn't really want to clean up Philomena's pee off the floor. Anyway, so we are going to do that, and then also we're just going to have the kids go eat. Again, we want to try and get gold for this. Oh, look, Adelaide is talking with El Rosaria. Maybe she also thinks she would make a good daughter-in-law. So there's that. Hopefully she does. So then we're going to just keep working through this and getting all of this stuff together. Oh, they love it. Okay, we got to gold. We're in good shape. So I do want Thomas to maybe be friendly with the kids a bit more. And we'll just check this out. So it is Sunday night, so we're going to keep going there. She is just finishing that painting. He did another competition and succeed. I don't know if you can hear my dog digging into her dog bed, but if you can, I'm sorry, because it's really loud for me. I don't know if it's loud for you, but she's just really rolling around in there. Anyway, so we're just having him practice with the horse. Everything is going well. Again, she gets this moodlet, and then the moodlet doesn't go away, even though it says it's going away. Anyway, Thomas, why don't you go talk to your potential future bride? You know, the last time that I had a potential future bride, she died on her age up roll. That would probably happen to us. Anyway, we already lost Genevieve's potential future husband, which I wanted to be Wybert the Third. which is really disappointing still, but we're just going to have to keep it moving. Okay, so they're going to chat and get closer. Oh my gosh, look at how quickly they're becoming friends. I love it. I love it. Okay, this might be your chance, Thomas. We might get a potential flirtation going. Also, I am planning, I did replace the prom lot at the end of this. So for prom, we can have the kids go to prom, but like call it maybe like some kind of event that is hosted, like a festival, or maybe like an event that, you know, the Lord puts on where people can meet their future spouses and stuff. So I think that that's good. I do want to kind of have them meet people a little more organically too. So like we can go there and see if anyone maybe strikes Genevieve's eye, if there is any male teenagers available for her that she's not related to. I don't know. Anyway, the slumber party is coming to an end. It's also Monday morning. So one of the difficult things here, too, is that, it's Adelaide's birthday also, but we're not going to make a big deal out of Adelaide's birthday. It is kind of weird that she's so much older than Thomas now, but we did just finish that aspiration really easily, so there's that. And then we're going to, so it's Monday morning, and again, my game doesn't know what time it is, which is really quite frustrating because then I can't do the competition, I can't do the chores because the plants haven't bloomed yet, I can't do the Christmas stuff, and I wanted to do all this stuff before I moved on to doing Cassian and Nancy's marriage, so, but we're not going to be able to do that. Also, Genevieve, part of her aspiration is to go to a museum, so that is going to be tough because she wants to do that and we don't have any museums. So what I'm thinking I'll do is I'm going to turn the old church that we're no longer using because everybody has either died, everybody's all set there. So the old church, and I'm going to turn that into a museum. So she can like look at the paintings of the people that we've done and stuff at that museum. That the church is now a museum. We can pretend that there's still priests there, but I moved everyone from that church into the newer church. So that's what happened. Anyway, we are going to continue on. Again, I was kind of waiting for things to happen here, but the time never catches up with itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Cassian and Nancy's marriage, and then I'm going to come back. And after I come back, I am going to do the chores, the competition, and the Christmas festivities. So we're going to take a little detour from our household, and then we'll come back after that because it's just really not working. The game has no idea what time it is. So that's kind of frustrating. I was trying to, okay, there's snow all of a sudden, but I was trying to do that. Again, we're just going to have to go to Manage Worlds and go into load into another household and all that stuff, but I'm just going to finish what they're doing right now. This is me kind of waffling on what the plan was, what should I do. So, I'm just doing the best that I can within the confines of my glitchy game. So there is that, and then we are going to again, check the board. Nothing is working out. It's just a problem. So she's finishing that painting. And yeah, Thomas has made some new friends, which I'm really excited about. So that is really great. And also everyone is doing pretty well. I am very happy for them. And we are going to give up shortly. This guy came over and was like, your house is a mess. You want me to clean it? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Clean my house. That's fine. So, there's that. And we are going to, I just keep waffling on what I'm going to do, but I already told you what the end result is. Here we go. So, we're going to head over. Now, if you remember, what happened with Nancy has been so funny because it's just really something interesting that's going on, is that Nancy, she initially, okay, so at the time, Frost was married, and Guccio was the last eligible bachelor for the rich men. So Nancy married Guccio, took him away from her sister, who was originally supposed to marry him because she was supposed to marry Gilbert II, but because Gilbert II passed away, she could never marry him, so she stole her sister's fiancé in order to marry the rich man because there was no one else available. But then Frost's wife died, so her sister ended up getting the wealthier brother of the Payne family in the end, which was a total like karma thing to happen to Nancy. However, now Cassian, the future Lord's wife, has passed, and he needs a wife that is also of, you know, noble heritage, because he needs to legitimize his children, and that was a big thing for him to marry Sabina. So he is going to actually marry Nancy next. And so Nancy then turns around after she kind of got, you know, her bad hand. Then she actually succeeds by getting a, you know, future title of her own instead of just a rich husband. So I guess she won in the end. Provided she doesn't immediately die in childbirth, but she did. I guess she did win in the end. What are you wearing, Cassian? Oh my gosh. Also, they're all sad. Great, great, great. And we don't really need to worry too much about like all the extra stuff with their relationship, although I guess I do because it's not working. But we don't need to like actually get them married or anything. She only has one baby try, so that's kind of like not great that she only has one baby try left, but they don't really know that. So we're going to have him. The Heathcliff line is already in danger. But yeah, they can get pregnant once. So let's do that. And it's now Christmas. Now you know it's Christmas. I see how it is. Okay, so we'll go back to our household and we will do that, and then we'll get their wedding picture. I don't think anybody is dying, so we'll be all set there. We're going to throw in some information with different people. Very good. Okay, so that's where we're at. And we are going to go back home. Also, I want you to know that I do see your comments, and I love conversing with you guys about ideas and different stuff, and I hope that you're really excited about this, but I promise that I have seen some of the stuff you're writing about how like weird it is that Thomas was able to come back to life, and nobody really seems to be questioning that around us. And, you know, I think obviously Gilbert's his father, so he's not going to be thinking it's a negative thing in any way, but I know that I've had some comments about like how this could potentially pose a problem, and I understand, and it will in the future potentially pose a problem, but for right now, while Gilbert is still in charge of the land and he is Thomas's father, I think that there's a level of protection that's afforded to Thomas over that kind of stuff. But keep in mind, Gilbert is dying next year. So since Gilbert will be dying, you know, you never know what's going to happen next. So now that the family maybe doesn't have a powerful figure backing them, because I don't think Cassian's going to back them. Like, he doesn't care, and Sabina's dead. So even if Sabina had any affection for Thomas as his half-sister, it doesn't matter. And I don't think Nancy Landgrab cares, right? So there is definitely the potential for things to start going wrong as the power structure changes in our land. So that is definitely something that we're going to keep in mind. So it is Christmas, so we are going to have a grand meal together, everybody all together here, and then we're also going to exchange presents. Adelaide is going to give away like honey and stuff. Thomas is going to give away one of his trophies. I think, I don't remember what Celestina has in her inventory, but like, we have Genevieve, who has a painting to give away, you know, all this stuff. So everybody is in pretty good shape. There's our maid, finally. Pretend like she's dressed correctly. And so we are going to do all that. And then also Thomas and Adelaide still need to get that festive spirit. So they're just going to keep giving gifts back and forth to each other. But yeah, so they're enjoying that, and then I'm going to send everybody off to do their thing, and then we're going to head to the church, and we're going to get Cassian and Nancy's picture, but I think that that's pretty much it, so that's where we'll wrap up. I am excited about what is to come. I think that now that Gilbert is dying next year, a lot of things are going to change, so that is going to be really interesting. And now that my dog has come up and asked me to pet her, I will say goodbye. So I will catch you guys in the next one.